Today on Songs of Praise, I'm marking the 300th anniversary of the birth of Britain's most famous landscape gardener, Lancelot Capability Brown. The beautiful grounds here at Ashburnham Place in Sussex look so natural, but they were in fact meticulously designed by this humble pioneer who transformed hundreds of landscapes across the country. Aled is tasting beers with a biblical twist over in Sheffield.
Cheers.
And Claire McCollum hears from soul singer Dana Masters, who, when she's not leading worship at church, has been performing on the big stage.
Here we are in heaven.
And just like this landscape, there's an array of music to inspire you. We've hymns that celebrate the beauty of nature. And we begin with this childhood favourite. The father of landscape gardening, Lancelot Capability Brown, began his career as a humble cabbage planter, rising to royal gardener. He left his mark on over 250 different English landscapes. His most famous surviving works include the parklands at Blenheim Palace, Highclere Castle, the setting for Downton Abbey, and Chatsworth House in Derbyshire. The unusual nickname of Capability was given to Brown during his lifetime because he would enthusiastically describe the landscape as having great capability for improvement. His signature features include the grand sweeping drive with glimpses of the house beyond, the use of imported cedars of Lebanon, and decorative garden buildings like temples and follies that others were quick to copy. He spent more than a decade overseeing the design of the Ashburnham Parkland, and gardener J. Ashworth has studied how Brown transformed this Sussex landscape.
One of the key elements that Capability Brown used so well was water. There was a very small mill pond here, but nothing like this amazing lake that he put in along with two others further up the property. And that's one of his classic things, is to have a serpentine series of lakes that you can't see the end of, so there's a sense of mystery, a sense of you don't know what's around the corner, so you want to keep walking to find out.
It's incredible to think now that he did all of this without machinery, without diggers. What a labour of love it must have been.
I know, absolutely. There were men hand digging these lakes out with shovels. I know, it's astonishing. And we also have records of a local man being employed to bring his oxen in to puddle the clay at the bottom of the lake to form a lining.
So what inspired Brown, and what did he want to achieve?
I think he was really inspired by the English countryside that he grew up seeing and being part of. And I think what he was trying to achieve was an idealised version of that. He called himself a gardener and a placemaker. It wasn't just about putting a back garden in for somebody, it was about creating a place, a space, something completely different than what had gone before, much more inspired by the English nature and much more reflecting it, but a real idealised version of it.
It does make you wonder if this love of creation that he had was a fruit of his spiritual life.
Yes, I think you cannot but be amazed by creation when you're working in it in the way that he did. And I hope, you know, and imagine that that's what he felt. It's certainly what I feel when I'm working here, because it's just so obviously to me pointing to creation and to the Creator.
Today, a community of Christians live at Ashburnham Place, and thousands of visitors also come on retreat. But individuals can find sanctuary here too, sometimes at difficult times in their lives, like volunteer Wendy Gregory. I'm not as good as you are. You seem like a natural out here.
Oh, I think it's work in progress. Haven't always done this. I was a teacher for over 20 years. I thought I was going to be doing that forever, but I had a lot of things going on. Coming to terms with a marriage that had broken up, and learning how to be a single mum. And I found I just couldn't teach anymore. I became very ill. It kind of came to a head where I had a complete breakdown. Fortunately, a good friend of mine was able to phone emergency services, who picked me up, took me to a hospital where I stayed for nearly 2 months.
A year and a half on, Wendy finds that being here has been an important part of her recovery.
You know, for me, I think just rediscovering gardening has just reminded me of the little things in life and how they can anchor you and just give you so much more fulfillment. You know, I'm somewhere between having a faith that had kind of crumbled for a long, long time. That door was firmly closed for many years. But since working here, I get a sense of there being a much bigger idea out there. I feel very humble being part of that, but feel quite comforted by it too.
Yeah.